Hi everyone, this is Captain Create with another video. Today's video is all about vegetables and the importance that they have in our diets. Did you know that we're supposed to eat a rainbow of vegetables? Well, it's true. You're supposed to eat different colors of vegetables because the different colors have different nutrients in them. A great example of this is that orange vegetables typically have vitamin A in them, and vitamin A is important to help us keep our eyes healthy. Vegetables also can help us stay regular, and they also prevent us from becoming sick. Vegetables are so important for our bodies, but how do we actually prepare and cook vegetables? Well, this first method I'm going to show you is called sautéing, and sautéing is cooking vegetables on a stovetop with high heat and a little bit of oil. In the case of onions, you'll know that they're done when they turn brown because that means they've caramelized. Another way that you can prepare vegetables is by oven roasting them. This preparation method is one of my favorites because usually it's the least hands-on, meaning that you can just put it on a pan and stick it in the oven and your vegetables will get cooked in the oven. Here I'm making spaghetti squash, and spaghetti squash is very special. The reason being is because after you pull them out of the oven, you actually can pull them apart and they look like actual spaghetti. Do you see how I'm pulling it apart with my fork and it's turning into spaghetti? Oh, it's insane every time, and I love it. Usually I serve this with some marinara sauce, just like normal spaghetti. And finally, the easiest way to eat vegetables is to eat them fresh because it requires no preparation. Vegetables are so important for our diets, and they're supposed to make up half of our plate alongside fruits. But have you ever wondered where do vegetables actually come from, like before they make it to the grocery store? Well, some vegetables start out in places like this, called nurseries. And the reason why they're called nurseries is because there's a bunch of baby plants inside. Look how cute they are. Right here I'm looking at a bunch of cute little baby tomato plants, and I actually took one home so that way I could plant it in my backyard. This right here is also some herbs, and herbs are great if you want to spice up your vegetables. So if you want to plant vegetables at your house, first what you're gonna have to do is find a good spot, and you're gonna have to clear that from any type of weeds or debris. Next, I'm adding some extra potting soil, and the difference between regular soil and potting soil is potting soil has extra nutrients for plants to grow. And here I'm actually planting some red onions. And if you remember from earlier, these are the same red onions that we used earlier in the video. See, these are the same exact thing, except this is just grown. And what I'm doing with these red onion starts is I'm burying them into the soil, and then eventually I'm going to add water on top of them to help them grow. Here what I'm doing is I'm planting my herb garden, and herbs like a really sunny spot, and herbs can also be grown inside, so if you don't have any space outside, herbs are a really great option if you want to try your hand at planting and growing something. The last thing I'm doing for my backyard garden is I'm sprinkling some lettuce seeds into a patch of dirt. And this is probably one of the easiest ways to grow something, just throwing some seeds on the ground and then watering it. And because lettuce doesn't require you to dig very deep to plant them, you can just sprinkle them on top of some dirt. If you have any desire to grow your own vegetables, it is such a fun and worthwhile thing to do because it helps you learn where your produce comes from and all the effort that it goes into growing them. Remember that vegetables are an essential part of our diet and they're very important for keeping our bodies healthy and strong. Thanks for watching.